Hey, how's it going, everybody? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about this mysterious breathing problem that I have had, that has affected my life in such a crazy way, and from the sounds of it, has affected all of your guys' lives in such a crazy way. And there's nothing really about it online or YouTube or anything else. So I'd like to share my experiences with you all. Maybe we can all share our experiences with each other, because again, it has affected my life in a huge negative way that can be scary and traumatizing, and absolutely it will make you go crazy, because a lot of the doctors seem to not understand the problem or can't find the problem. You go into hospitals and they tell you nothing's wrong with you. You can't take deep breaths or get the fulfillment of a deep breath, or that hunger, that so-called hunger for at deep breath. And then you go into the hospitals and they tell you, oh, your oxygen's at 97% or 100%. Your vitals look fine. Your blood work came back good. Everything is normal. And meanwhile, you're suffering from something that nobody can seem to understand. I had thought mine was a hiatal hernia, caused by lifting a tremendous amount of weight. I was in the gym every day, and a lot of my problems were fixed with a hiatal hernia surgery or repair surgery, along with the acid reflux part of the surgery. I was able to eat afterwards. Before, I completely wasn't able to eat at all. I would eat anything, and it made it, as soon as it would go down here, it would end up hitting like right around my sternum, and it felt like it was like stuck, or I'd be full in my chest and I couldn't take deep breaths, and it was like one of the most panicking feelings I'd ever felt in my life. I had never felt that panic before. Um, and you go into the I went to the hospitals, and they're like, "I'm sorry, sir. The hiatal hernia is only 3 centimeters big. We just don't know what to do for you. You seem, on paper and by the machine, you're fine. And meanwhile, you can't take that deep breath, and you're freaking out, and your anxiety's up and through the roof, and you start panicking, and your brain is just thinking all these crazy things about what's happening to your body. So anyway, I'll get to it. So I was lifting a tremendous amount of weight. I was trying to bench press or hit my max at 300 pounds on a Smith rack, or over 300 pounds. And I had gotten the bar and with the weight up off of the rack and down onto my chest. And when I went to go push it back up, I could like feel like my stomach was pushing into my chest, and something popped, and something did something really, really weird. And so when I finally got it back up to rack it, I went to go get up and went to go like that, and it like whistled, like something was closing or squeezing or something, and I thought it was a hiatal hernia. Long story short, um, within a couple of days or weeks, I had noticing that I wasn't able to eat as much food. I started again feeling very, very full, so I started eating less and less and less and less, to the point where I had to cut out meat. I wasn't able to digest meat at all. Chicken, steak, beef, ground beef, spam, nothing like that. Then it came to the point where I wasn't able to eat even fruits and vegetables. The only thing that I was able to eat was bananas and eggs, things that are really, really soft, broth, different things like that. And it was scary. It was very, very scary. I went from being 205 pounds and very, very built to being 150 pounds within a matter of like 6 months, 7 months. And it was one of the most terrifying feelings I'd ever felt. I looked good. I was healthy. I had um, my life together, and I went from having my life together to not being able to work, to like, oh my gosh, I am gonna die. Like, I can't eat anything. All I could do was drink water, and eat bananas and eggs. And then it came to the point where even bananas and eggs, I couldn't do it. I went to the GI doctor, and it was very hard to get into the GI doctor. You're talking 3 months out for the first appointment, and then you had to wait another 3 months for the endoscopies that I had to go through. I had to go through 2 or 3 different endoscopies, to to get these GI doctors and to do the surgery, or the general surgeon to do the hiatal hernia repair with the other surgery that apparently fixes the acid reflux. And I kept telling this doctor, you know, it's got to be it. It's got to be it. It has to be it. You know, and he told me it just doesn't fit the bill. And I was convinced. I was completely convinced. Because why else? What else would it be? I was lifting a tremendous amount of weight, and then all of a sudden I couldn't eat anymore. I felt like my stomach was in my chest, rolling, and or mixed hiatal hernias, you know, pop up and pop down and pop up and pop down, or roll around, and which I was experiencing, and it was very uncomfortable. I ended up in the hospital with sepsis. It got so bad in my intestines and in my stomach, and it was one of the scariest feelings, knowing that, like, here I am, I can't eat, I now have sepsis, and I'm in the hospital, and these doctors are looking at me like I'm crazy, you know. So anyway, so I finally got the surgery almost a year later, the hiatal hernia repair surgery, and this was about, I'm going to say, about 2 months ago. Since then, I have now been able to eat foods again. I can eat ground beef, I can eat chicken, I can eat different things. The only thing that I have found I cannot eat is corn dogs. It's very strange. I tried to eat a corn dog at a fair, and I was on a date, and I had to basically, after the date was over, after I ate the corn dog, I couldn't breathe. I was panicking again. I'm like, oh my God, this is starting all over again. So I started going into my head, like, what could this be? You know, why is this back? I thought it was going to be repaired. Now, the hiatal hernia repair did fix a lot of the problems that I was having, but I still had this feeling of, like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I couldn't take deep breaths again. Only now I'm getting these weird pains that go from, like, all the way here, all the way down into my neck, right here. And the other ones down here where I feel like it's squeezing my esophagus. I get these pains right here located, and it feels like it's like boom, 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 like there's a big lump in my throat or something, like a ball. And I thought, well, maybe I have throat cancer. And your brain starts going through all these different things of what could it be. So I stumbled across this video about the phrenic nerve and vagus nerve, also two of the most important nerves in your entire body. So these nerves, the vagus nerves is what controls a lot of the different things that, like, your digestive system, your heart rate, your stomach. It goes throughout the entire body, the esophagus. It's one of the biggest, actually, it's the vagus nerve is the biggest nerve in your body. It's the vagus, I guess, it's Latin for the wandering nerve, or the wandering, meaning that it basically goes from here all the way down your body and has a bunch of different nerves that separate from that onto your stomach and into your intestines and into your heart, into your esophagus, all the way down here. And then you have the phrenic nerve. The phrenic nerve is a nerve that controls the breathing, or the diaphragm. So any type of pinching or damage to these nerves can cause problems like, for instance, the vagus nerve can cause problems like digestive problems, acid reflux, not being able to eat certain foods, not being able to digest food properly. Your intestines just don't work. Your stomach's not working. All these different things are happening, and it feels like, you know, you've gone to the GI doctor, and they're saying, okay, your GI system, your gastrointestinal system seems to be fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, you know, they do a scope. Your esophagus is fine. There's no H. pylori. There's none of these things that are in your body that can be affecting it the way you think it is. So it's very hard for them to diagnose vagus nerve damage. You have to see a neurosurgeon or a neurospecialist, because they specialize in nerves. The phrenic nerve is also, it runs down the left side of your body, I believe, along your back, and it controls the diaphragm. It controls the movement of the diaphragm, which is the most important muscle in your entire body, obviously, because, you know, that feeling of taking a deep breath, that sensation that you get of like, oh, that sigh of relief that you get, is your diaphragm. That's what your diaphragm does. It helps your lungs produce that fulfilling sensation of that deep breath that we're all having such a hard time getting. Now there's a lot of different things that I've tried to do in the meantime um, to help stimulate these nerves while awaiting for the spine specialist and a neurosurgeon. I have a neurosurgeon or a neurosurgeon appointment in July. Right now, today is May 20th, so it's hard to get these appointments in. So you have to like keep your mind occupied in the meantime to try to do these exercises that may or may not help. It may or may not help you. Some of them helped me, some of them did not. I still try them every day. But so the exercises that I do are, you look up vagus nerve stimulation or vagus nerve exercises, and there's things that you can do, like you sit up straight and you turn your head to the right for 30 seconds, and then you turn your head to the left for 30 seconds, and then you look straight and you use your eyes. I know this sounds crazy, but you look to the right as hard as you can for 30 seconds, and then you look to the left as hard as you can for 30 seconds, and then you put your hands behind your head and sit up straight, of course, or try to, and then look again to your right for 30 seconds as hard as you can, and look to your left as hard as you can for 30 seconds. And then you should get like a deep sensation or a deep sigh of relief, or that yawning feeling that allows you to reset the vagus nerve. And that's one of the exercises that I found has helped me. I try to do that about 2 or 3 times a day before the gym. I try to do it before work, after work. If I start to have that feeling like my diaphragm almost itches, or I start having like that feeling where my throat's going to close, and it's happened where, out of nowhere, I've sat, I was at work, getting off work, went to go clock out, and all of a sudden I felt like my esophagus just tightened really, really fast, and it came out of nowhere, and I couldn't breathe, and my legs got heavy, my body got heavy. I felt like I was gonna pass out and black out, but like somebody was choking me, like it was squeezing, like or breathing through a straw. It got very scary. I ended up going to the emergency room to check it out again. They sat there and told me, we don't really know what to do for you right now. Everything seems to be fine. Your blood work looks good. Everything looks fine. So I left and went about my day, and after a while had calmed it down, went home, did some of my exercises. There's another exercise that you can do for the phrenic nerve, or the hunger for a deep breath, and you lay on your back with your legs, with your knees up like that, and then you put your hands on your side and you straighten your body out, and you breathe in through your nose nice and deep, about 80% of your breath. Like you don't try to take a deep breath yet, but you do like an 80% of a breath, and you can feel it like cure that hunger of taking a deep breath. And it takes a while. I think it's called like the buteyko. It's some kind of exercise. I'll put a link in the description below with all of these different videos that I've found that have helped me. So you try those exercises. Also, ice water on the face helps stimulate the vagus nerve. There's nerves that go in through your face and your eyes and your nose and all these different places. It's absolutely crazy to find out that there's this many nerves that can control these things, and it's scary, and it's hard to really process it all. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys on this journey with me while we try to figure this out. Again, I haven't figured out exactly what or where the nerve damage is, if there is any nerve damage at all, or displacement of these nerves, or something happened. Something had to happen. I stretched one day also, and when I stretched, I went to go stretch, like a really good stretch, probably the best stretch I've ever had, and I get this knot like in the base of my skull right there, and also like in my mid back, that just like Charlie horsed, but like in the bone almost. and I couldn't get rid of it. I tried rubbing it out real fast. I was like panicking. After that, these things started happening. So I don't know if it was lifting the weights that I was lifting, or I don't know if it was the stretching or what caused it. The vagus nerve is really an intriguing nerve, because there's so many different things that you read about it that sounds crazy, things that help, like yoga, laughing, singing, all these different things, and you're like, how is this going to help me breathe, or take that deep breath? And at this point, if you've all have gone through the process of the process of elimination, of, say, making sure it's not your digestive system or gastroparesis or hiatal hernia or pulmonary, anything with your lungs, any scar tissue from smoking or not smoking or working, or different things like that, you're going to start to notice, once you have eliminated all of those other possibilities. And that's one of the hardest parts, getting past it, is because of those nerves can cause all of the same symptoms as hiatal hernia, gastroparesis, COPD, emphysema, all these different things, even like your face twitching and you feel like, oh my gosh, am I having a stroke? Like there's just your brain will seriously go into so many different directions, and even the anxiety part of it, even that alone can cause stress on the phrenic nerve. I'm still studying as much as I can about these nerves and about the human body as I can, to help better understand different ways that I can try to stimulate the nerves, or different ways that I can move or twist that might make it easier to breathe or take a deep breath, just in case I'm in a pinch and I'm panicking and I need to take that deep breath in, or I'm at work or something. Also, my back, I have a lot of spine problems. My neck has arthritis in it. My back has degenerative disc disease. So far, the spine specialist has told me that after my X-rays, that it's not quite degenerated enough to do surgery on it. But what tends to happen also for me is, whenever I'm at work or whenever I'm doing dishes, or cleaning, cooking, anything, and my back starts to hurt in that thoracic region, the worse that it hurts, the worse that the problem gets. And I mean, it gets very intense for me, to the point where I have to stop everything that I'm doing, lay on my back, and do that breathing exercise to try to cure the hunger. And once I've done that and got back up and relieved the stress from my spine, it seems to help. Like, I get like that second wind. I can take some deep breaths a lot more than I was able to. I've also noticed at the gym that when I'm doing these exercises where you have your chest is up against the backrest and you're working back, and you go to push backwards, as soon as I get like right here, the nerve or something right here, the muscle, I can hear it or feel it pop like a rubber band, somebody like taking like their finger and going like pop pop, and I can feel it all the way up in here, and all the way down into my chest. And that's when I'll start to feel my throat go doom doom doom, it's like the nerves or something is like pinching really quick, but in all the way against my esophagus. So it's very confusing. There's a lot to it. There's a lot of things that is happening to me right now, that again I can't explain. So again, take this journey with me. I'm going to try to make these videos as much as possible, because again, there's no videos out there like this, and on the vlogging stem that we're all in. I want you guys all to know that you're not alone, and that maybe we can all share this together. Maybe we can help each other. A lot of these other people on this thread have said, hey, maybe it's your spine, maybe try these breathing exercises. There's just so many things that it could be, and at this point you have to try it. What else do you have to lose? We all need to be better, and getting rid of these problems is going to help us. I'm a single parent of 3 children. I have 4 altogether, but it has literally affected my life in such a way that, you know, I used to be so active and even at my work, you know, always just go, 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 go. And now it's to the point where, you know, my home life, you know, I have a hard time even spending time with my kids because of the amount of pain I'm in, or not being able to take deep breaths and constantly doing all these exercises and still trying to maintain a normal life. I go to the gym almost every day doing exercises and trying to lift weights to try to keep those nerves healthy and blood circulating through them and around them, hoping that one of these times I'm going to, you know, move my body and something's going to pop back into place, or whatever's happening to me. Doctors, if you're out there and you read this or you watch this video, I'm going to try to, as detailed as possible, explain what's happening to me, and all the different things that I've gone through, all the different doctors I've seen and specialists I've seen to try to get these problems. I'll end the video this way. I do not have COPD. I have zero scar tissue in my lungs. I do not have emphysema. Again, zero scar tissue in my lungs. I have very healthy lungs. I do not have any type of, my hiatal hernia has been repaired. They had tried to say that it was gastroparesis at one point, which, you know, at the time didn't fit the bill to me. But after reading about the phrenic nerve and the vagus nerve and what it controls, I do believe that I had a big part of gastroparesis. Again, now I'm able to eat foods now, except for the corn dog, which is really, really weird. So I've kind of outlined it being like a intestinal problem. It's not a GI problem. It's not a lung problem. It's not pulmonary. It's not GI. It's nothing like that. I'm now seeing a spine specialist who seems to be very, very good, and very, very knowledgeable of what he's doing. It's very hard to get into some of these doctors and to get them to understand what's happening to you, and I get it 100%. So please just know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to do the research. And again, I'm not a doctor or a specialist, but by the time this is over, I just might go to medical school, because like I'm already studying this stuff, and learning so much about what's happening to me and you and all of us. You know, I've noticed so far that it could be anything. It could be so many different things, but I would definitely start there. If you've already outruled it being a hiatal hernia or GI or pulmonary or any of these other things, I would definitely start looking into the vagus and phrenic nerve, seeing a spine specialist if you have back problems, or text neck even, from, you know, doing this and sitting on the couch on your phone or leaning against your bed watching TV. Even that alone can cause stress on these nerves, or pinching somewhere that's causing these problems for you. So the body's a mysterious thing. It's a very mysterious thing that doctors are, you know, maybe not regular doctors or ER doctors might not understand it, but there's definitely help out there. So again, sorry for being so scatterbrained. I'm trying to fit as much as I can into such a short video for this feed. Please, if you can, subscribe to my channel. This is going to be a separate channel from any other channel that I have, just specifically for this, to go on this journey with each other, leave comments, ask questions, make your own videos. Let's try to help these doctors understand what we're going through, so that we don't have to explain the same thing over and over and over, because that alone can make you go crazy. Try to live a positive life. Try to be positive about it. All the different ways of exercises to stimulate vagus and phrenic nerves. Lots of exercising, yoga, being happy, depression, all these different things can be a factor in what we're going through. And again, I'm no doctor as of yet, so we're going to do this together. I think that's the best way, and knowing that there's somebody out there that's experiencing what you're experiencing, and able to communicate with you or let you know, or seeing these videos can really, really help. So Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I will leave a link. I will leave links of videos that all helped me in the description to this video. So that way you can kind of see what I've found that has helped me or helped me gain knowledge as to what it is we just may or may not be experiencing. So yeah, I am currently still experiencing some of these problems. I've definitely learned to manage them a lot better, but there are days where when my back is hurting the worst, it is just so unbearable that you can't even think. But you got to stay positive. We got to try to stay positive, and that's just it. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Please subscribe. If anything, we can gain each other's help. Make your own channel, make your own videos so that people can understand what you're going through, and you might even be able to show these to the doctors, which is what I'm hoping may happen, so that I don't have to explain these anymore. Almost like some kind of daily vlog, or when I find something new, I'll definitely make videos. Maybe not once a day, but as much as humanly possible to try to bring or try to ease some of your guys' stresses and maybe bring some help, the same kind of help that is brought to me. Thank you all in this thread who has left comments that has helped me. And again, thank you for everything. Let's try to do this together. We got this. No matter what, we got this. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.